Hello everyone, this is Ep12 and welcome to episode 12 of MCEternal. Where today I'm just hanging out in my base and starting to think about RF power. And as I'm thinking about RF power and how I should get RF power, I look out my base and I'm like, there's a really big oil well right there. And I don't remember the last time I pumped oil out of the world for power gen. Like, I legitimately can't remember it. You also might notice my tree farm is not running at the moment. I decided to breed my rats a little bit more so that I could have, you know, more rats. So that's happening over here somewheres. Hopefully, rat breeding is occurring. I actually don't know for sure if it is, but yeah, we'll find out. So that's what I'm thinking about working on today. So it's been a while since I've done any kind of oil pumping out of the world to do stuffs. So I'm looking at like what are my options, right? So I'm thinking I could do the Buildcraft Factory pump, but I'm thinking I might want to try something a little bit different. What I'm thinking is the fluid pump from Industrial Foregoing. Now, if I read the book, it says, and I quote, when placed above a fluid, the fluid pump will take that fluid as a filter and begin to drain all fluids of the same type in the working area. It will search all the fluids below the fluids in the working area and drain them too. All the drained fluids will be replaced with cobblestone. Sounds pretty cool. So does that sound like kind of a plan? Like, maybe we set up a fluid pump out there, you know, out and about that direction, and we start pumping the oil out of the ground, and we send it back home somehow. Ender tanks come to mind, but if I could find a better way, that would be more fun, probably. And then we process it using the fractioning still. We'll just convert that cool crude oil into naphtha, which will then turn into refined fuel, which we can then burn in a compression dynamo. Does that sound cool? And that's different from how I've done it in a while. So, you know, again, the goal is to not do the same things over and over again. And I think that we will accomplish that goal. What's up, little dudes? Kapowie! I hate these little guys. Why did I decide to live next to a desert? You know what, to be fair though, they do occasionally spawn carrying things like emeralds and ender pearls. So I will occasionally get stuff from them. So I think that's kind of a power plan. So there's a few other things we're going to need to consider and do though, and we're going to want to figure those out before we proceed too far into this plan. So number one, I need to power the pump that's going to be way over there, and I'd like to set this up in a way that will be easily migrated. So when that oil well runs out, we can find another oil well. Who knows? I don't know. That oil well looks pretty big, so my suspicion is it may not run out for a while, but it's at least something we have to pay attention to and think about, right? So there's a couple ways we could do wireless power transfer, right? We could do ye old flux networks, because we're going to want one of those eventually. Though those do require what I would call a healthy amount of ender pearls to get up and running. Then there's also, is Extra Utilities in here? I'm assuming it is. Yeah, Extra Utilities is in the pack. So we could do the wireless RF batteries and transmitters. These things are relatively cheap by comparison to what, you know, for wireless transfer, and it's such a small amount of RF that we'll probably need for that pump. I can't imagine that pump uses a lot of RF. But we're also going to need to get plastics going, right? Because we're going to need this. So let's get wireless cooking. So what we're going to need for wireless between these two. Oh, we also have cyclic energy transfer nodes. That's cool. Wireless transmission of energy. Have I played with those ones before? I might have. I forget if I've played with these node things before. I should at some point. But I think for now will be cool. Oh look, wireless redstone's in the pack. That's cool. I haven't seen that mod in a while. Practical Logistics looks neat too. I need to check that out. There's a lot of mods I want to check out that I haven't used before, so I'm going to make sure to cover a lot of them. But when it comes to this kind of thing, like, you know, it's sometimes nice to have a fallback on things that you're familiar with. So I'm going to do these guys. We're going to do that. So we're going to need a resonator, which means we're going to need some solars, right? Like 8 of them-ish. I think you get 3 per craft solar panels, right? So that shouldn't be too bad. So let's get some cobblestone cooked up into smooth stone. I'm probably gonna need a couple of you. Oh, and that leads to an interesting question. If I do this and turn you on for the auto inputs, do you suck smooth stone back into here? Alright, smooth stone does not get resmelted, which means I can do that, and we will get a bunch of smooth stone. Perfect. Cool. While that's cooking, let's look at doing 3 solar panels, right? So we're going to need some lapis. And good, we have some resonating redstone crystals. We don't have to yet use ender pearls. I'm trying to conserve ender pearls, because, you know, those things are like... Ender pearls are like the weirdest resource in modded Minecraft, right? Like, there's... it's just a weird resource. Like, early game, they're like super hard to come by, and then late game, you just have as many as you can imagine because you don't need that many. Oh, I need iron as well. So that should be that. Cool. So there's your resonator coming in. Oh, I forgot my redstone. Boy, I don't have any resources available. I am just too used to having an AE system, right? Like, I'm just way too used to that. Okay, so now for the polished stone, right? So we get, you guys. Polished stone. So that should be 1, 2, 3 sets of those solar panels. And generally I like to throw them on a roof just because that's what I like to do. So we'll stick them on one of our roofs up here. Perfect. And that'll get me resonator power, which this room might be a good place to have a resonator in. Do I need this thing here? Probably not. I don't know. I don't know that I need this thing. It prevents hostile mob spawns in a 3x3 chunk area. I'll pop it there. How's that sound? There you go. And now it has the same effect. It's just, you know, not in my base anymore. I mean, I have the feral flare lantern, so that's helping. But, you know, I think that thing, it doesn't hurt to have. So let's turn you into that stuff. Beautiful. Man, you are slow. To be fair, I haven't upgraded anything yet because I don't have any power. I've been focusing on playing with other mods, right? Like, we're on episode 12 now, and we have yet to actually do much by way of progression and tech and stuff. I really need to ramp up a little bit on that. But I'm hoping you guys have enjoyed the fact that I haven't been spending all that much time on it, because it means that I've been doing other cool things that hopefully you like seeing. So that's cool. All right, so that's 32 stone burnt should be enough to get me going. So we're going to want the wireless RF battery, right? Bada bing, and then one of these. Perfect. And then we can do more with stone burnt in the future. For now, let's just get our wireless RF battery attached in a way that makes sense, right? So I don't know that it matters where this thing lives. I'll just pop him, maybe not there. I don't want him connected to both. That's as good a place as any, right? So he uses he has a power drain of 4. So that means we're gonna overload our grid power with that, right? Yeah, we totally did. So maybe a couple water mills in the basement wouldn't be a bad idea. That wouldn't be a bad idea at all. And I wouldn't also mind a reservoir. Like maybe a decent sized one. I can carry around a bit of water so I don't have to carry around buckets all the time. So I would need Invar and maybe, I don't know, Invar should be enough, right? Yeah, copper. I think that's all I need. Find out pretty soon, won't we? Says the villager. You know, I might have to go and deal with those villagers a little bit. Oh, I need glass. Is Super Sound Muffler in the pack? Oh, I might be adding another mod. I might be adding another quality of life mod. Plan for Super Sound Muffler to be in the pack. That is a thing we are going to need. Super Sound Muffler is... Avert your eyes. Actually, the villager went home. Super Sound Muffler is just such a good quality of life mod. I know I'm adding mods to packs. I mean, at this point, I think it's about having fun and enjoying what you're doing, and having Super Sound Muffler brings me joy. So there you go. It is what it is. So now that we have that, what we can do is make the water mills, which should be fun to make. All right, so I need some redstone torches, which I should have some of. We'll probably want a little bit more, and that's about it. Yeah, pretty much. So we'll do, let's do like a bunch of these just to have them. And then we'll make a quickie water mill. Oh, I don't have any wood on me. Things that I usually have on me, and I don't. So let's do that many, and that'll be 4 water mills. And that should be a good start until we need more. Messy basement is messy. Okay. So if I do that, actually no, wait. What we're gonna want is, actually let me get my water going. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is probably 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like this, right? Is there a more efficient way to do this? Probably. Is this quick and dirty and work? Yes. 16, 16, 16, and 16. Works for me. Sweet. And my Feral Flare Lantern should take care of that area, and if it doesn't, we'll deal with it. Alright, so you guys get to work doing your thing, and everybody wins. So how's my power hold now? Pretty good. I'm going to see how far I can stretch that power until I get to the point where I've got oil gen going on. It might be a stretch getting it that far, but you know, let's add marble to my void. And how did this get in here? That doesn't belong. Do what now? How do I have 2 tomes of knowledge? Explain. Well, that was weird. Alright, so now we have wireless RF transmitters, so we can transmit a small amount of energy wirelessly. So we can put all this away. Next up is the fluid plump. So for that, we're going to need dry rubber, which is going to be tiny rubber, which is going to be latex processing unit. And so let's go foregoing. The other thing we're going to need besides the latex processing unit is that tree block eater thingy. The tree block eater thingy that makes the fluid that we need. Tree fluid extractor. That's the thing I was looking for. Alright, so let's get a bunch of metals, because I know we're going to need some things. I don't know, just grab one of each stack. Should be good. And then what we're going to also probably need is probably a bit of you. How did you get in here? Huh? Look, he teleported home. That's what those smoke particles meant. Anyway, tree fluid extractor. We're going to want 4 of these. Right? I need some smooth stone, apparently. Luckily, we're cooking that up. So that would be 4 of these. Right? Because we want 4 tree fluid extractors as our standard design. And then 1 latex processing unit, which we can use this guy to make. We're just going to need a little bit of glass. Okay. And we're good to go. Latex processing unit. Sweet. And then we will probably want more fluid pumps. And we're going to also need some power. But we could probably even use this guy if we wanted to save us on the RF transmission stuff. But we'll see. Where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? Where's my flux ducts? Is it even possible that I used all my flux ducts last time I did this? I guess so. So fluid ducts, I'm going to want a few more of you, probably. And then let's get some flux ducts then. We'll get some basics. That should be cool. Okay. Good deal. So let's get this stood up in the basement somewhere, right? So what we're going to want to do to produce this stuff is we're going to eventually want something that goes here, right? But we're going to want the tree fluid dudes. And remember, they always face away from you. Industrial foregoing blocks always face away from you when you place them. Now let's get some wood here, and a mechanical user wouldn't go awry. This is just a nice standard setup for this. That should be doable. I already put that little thingy away, didn't I? Or did I use them all? I might have used them all. I thought I had a couple extras of those. Oh well, looks like we're going to be cutting an ender pearl today. Do I need to? Did I need one of those? Yeah, I need a mechanical user, don't I? Alright, 1 sec. Alright, so what we do is get an ender pearl. We make ourselves a glass cutter. We combine these two. And then you basically turn into that. And there you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Sweet. Now we've got a user. I was trying to avoid using ender pearls, but, you know, we really needed to. It's just, it's what was... It is what it is. Hey, where'd that experience come from? I don't know. Definitely not that villager. Oh, right, and I need wood. Wood. I might have some in here, or I have to go to my tree farm. Tree farm it is. Hey, 16 stacks of wood. Not bad. Maybe I'll get 2 stacks. Man, those wandering villager dudes are not uncommon, are they? Alright, so here goes a mechanical user. Place block. Ta-da! And you are tree fluid extracting. Perfect. And then what you need to do is get me a latex processing unit, which also needs water, by the way, just as a reminder. Now, somebody also remind me, does this stuff auto-extract? It does not? I thought it did for some reason. What did I think it did? So I have to get some servos? I might have the stuff to make a servo. Let's find out. I only need a basic one, right? Yeah, I can make one of these. 4 of them, right? Yeah. And then trash can, this dude. Beautiful. Boop, 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 boop. Ignored. And we've got latex. Sweet. Now I think another thing to make here would probably be a sink. That would probably be your best bet for making one of these dudes. I need a decent amount of terracotta, and I don't know that I've found a huge source of clay yet. So let me just peek outside real quick, because there's a lot of water nearby. Let's see if we can find some clay real fast. If not, I'll either tap into my existing aqueous accumulator line, or something else. We'll figure it out. So back in a minute once I find a little bit of clay. Alright, just making it home. An unconventional way to get into my base, but I'll take it. Alright, so we should have some clay. Enough to make a sink. So you go in there, and I'll put away the rest of the clay for now. Maybe clay goes into here. Probably not a bad idea. Oh, and also I grabbed some salt while I was out there, because it never hurts to have a little bit of salt. I just saw a big salt vein, and I was like, yeah, let's grab it. Alright, so you're cooking that up, and then I need the bucket of water, and then some iron, and then we're good. So that should be it, right? Easy peasy. So sink. Bada bing. And this is a good test to make sure that sinks work in this pack like we're used to. Because I think it's a config option to disable the whole sinks give infinite water thing. Alright, so then that, and while I'm here, I might as well just tap this dude in. Boom, he's got power, that's cool. Then I just need my servo again. So one of you. I guess just one's enough. I think it was glass that was my limiting factor on that. Sweet, water's working. And that will be tiny dry rubber. Awesome. And I will void the excess iron nuggets because I'm not in a position to really keep those around right now. So, hey, we got fluid, yay! And we can even speed this up a little bit if we wanted to. Wow, that's pretty quick. All right, tiny dry rubber. So that will get us what we need to get situated so we can make our fluid pump that we need, right? That should actually be pretty close to enough right there. Shift K, convert all. And then we smelt that up, and that's our plastic. Sweet. All right, now fluid pump will be one of these dudes. And I should probably smelt up a stack of sand because we're getting low on glass. And I know my RF is not in the best position right now, so take accelerating all the things is probably a bad idea. But I mean, it's me. You guys know that's what's going to happen, right? So one of these dudes, and then we probably need... Let's put you away, and let's backpack you, and you, and you, and you for the moment. And you can go into a bauble slot again. And now we have lots of inventory space. So what I need is a couple buckets, one empty, one of water, and one of lava. So let's go down here. See, I'm trying to skip the magmatic power, right? Because, I mean, we do that a lot. It's such a standard modded Minecraft thing to do. I'm getting power from the Nether. I mean, it's cool to do. Don't get me wrong. It's a good, really useful power source. But, you know, just like I've said before, I'm trying to do things a little bit different. Like I did in my FTB Revelation series. Like I want to do things I haven't normally done. So, getting set up with oil as my first real power source? I mean, that sounds like a good time, right? Boop. Making a reservoir might not be a bad idea. Do I have the stuff for that? I might. Maybe just a tier 1 reservoir. I don't think I've got the resources for a tier 2 reservoir, but snagging... That should be cool, right? Slash home. Oh, I love how fast I teleport home. All right, now that means I can make a fluid pump, right? Didn't I still have an empty bucket? I just used it to make the reservoir. So yes, I can make another one, not a problem. Boop, boop, boop. And then what else did you need, fluid pump? Just this. And there you go. Boom, fluid pump. Nice. Okay, cool. So that's that guy taken care of. So now I'd like an ender tank, I think. It's probably your best bet for transporting liquids across a distance, right? So it's going to need, that needs 8 blaze rods. I've got one. Got one blaze rod. I sense a visit to the Nether in my immediate vicinity. Blaze rod it is. All right, so let's clean up our inventory. Pop over to the Nether. Those are the wrong items for that chest. And what we'll do is get some blaze rods so I can get what I need to get to proceed with this little setup here. Okay, and I'm going to put away some things in here that I don't need to carry with me at the moment because they are part of my current working task. That should be cool. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? Legging armor. Let's at least equip ourselves with iron armor. It's not the best armor in the game, but you know, it'll get the job done while we pop over to the Nether real quick. To the Nether we go. Okay, so what we're looking for is blazes. And what we're probably going to find is a ton of horrible stuff. Don't those pillars sometimes have blaze spawners in them? That would be cool. That's right, you guys are aggressive for no reason. I hate the Nether in this pack. Zombie pigmen aggressive for no reason? Explain. Ugh. Just the worst. Now what's that? Mercurius the Abomination. Dampening. Ugh. I hear a creeper. There he is. Oh, those TNTs. What's dampening do? I don't know. He's dead, so I'm cool. You are not a wand that casts spells. Legion the Disgraced. Arctic Scrapper. Take that. Nary a blaze to be found. Oh, look, one of these dudes, though. They drop blaze rods? They do, I think. I think he just dropped blaze rods for me, so I'll take that. I hate those guys, but they come right at you, so that's convenient. Oh, these things. I really hate these things. Like, I'm legit considering disabling those guys. They are just the worst. They are just the worst. Look, there's one of these dudes. Want to make sure to kill him with my sword, though. Because... Now, we need 8 of those in total, right? Because looting is on my sword, right? Oh my goodness, where are all these dudes coming from? To do sharpness. And that would probably make this sword even better. Alright, so I'm just going to hunt out here. If something cool happens, cool. And we'll be back once I'm done hunting for blaze rods, right? Be right back. Alright, we made it. Whew. That was an adventure. But we made it. We survived. We survived the Nether. What did I get here? I got enough blaze rods, that's all I know. I also got a lot of junk. So let's organize, be right back. Hey, I got holding 4. That's actually really useful. You know why? I don't know how many levels I need to apply it to my bag, but if I apply it to my bag gets bigger, right? 4 EXP. Oh, that's awesome! That is awesome. Finally! Finally! I've only gotten 1,000,000 of those books. I've only gotten 1,000,000 of those books, and none of them are a good enchant that I care about. Finally, I get something where I'm like, ooh, a good enchant. You don't say. That's exciting. Alright, continuing to clean up. Nonsense. Fangtooth, huh? Oh, I need my sleeping bag. Adder's Fork from Bewitchment. But I also got, oh, a Snowball Snowbook. I already knew that one, don't I? Didn't I already know that one? I know Freeze. Oh, that's Snowball. Okay. So the book came already known. Well, that's interesting. So I got a new spell book. It's Snowball. I'm not excited about it. I assume it just creates a snowball. Launches a snowball in the direction you are pointing. Yep. Exactly what I would expect it to do. Okay, cool. But hey, new bag. That's cool. You go in here, though. As well as you and you. Nice. All right, so now that I've got 4 blaze rods times 2, and then ender pearls times 2, and then some iron. And what else do I need for my ender tank? 4 obsidian wool. Good, I still have a lot of obsidian and wool. You know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to dye it red so that, unlike last series, I'm going to actually have a red ender tank. Or no, it should be black, shouldn't it? Because it's oil, yeah. Do I have black dye? I do. Cool. So now I can make a black ender tank. Oh, I didn't mean to make 8 of those cauldrons. Shift click for the fail. It's alright. It's a little bit of iron. We'll live. I have a lot of iron. Next episode. Where's all my iron? Oh, right. I'm a dope. Can I not do that? I assumed I could do that. You can do that with ender chests, can't you? Oh yeah, no, it works. You just can't shift-click JEI it. Sweet! Alright, so that's that. So now our final step would be to get our pump and our wireless RF transmitter and start trying this thing out. Now, is it daytime? It is daytime. Good. So let's get our building gadget out, because I'm probably going to want that. And we're going to want to be able to get to... Oh, vampire's hanging out, huh? What's up, buddy? We're going to want to be able to get to there relatively easily. So let's do a horizontal column. Okay. And then what we're going to want is probably stairs mode. And you know what? Let's give myself a wide berth. Now, are we tall enough here? Or do we need to go a little bit taller? Can't quite tell, but it's all good. If I need to go down a little bit lower. Actually, that's pretty darn close. Okay. Sweet. All right, so then what we want is to basically place the fluid pump right on top of this dude. And we probably need a range add-on for him, don't we? Because I think by default, he'll only be 1x1. So let's get a quick range add-on. Can I home again? I can. Home again, home again. I forgot I'm going to want a range add-on. A small one, like a +2, roughly, would probably be fine. That should be fine. Let's put you into here. Foregoing. Let's do a +2 lapis. Lapis should be good. Hey, that was the wrong block to do that with. Luckily, we have a trash can for such derps. Dire derps for days. Welcome to the channel. This is what you get. Alright, range add-on +2. So, I don't know if it starts from the top or if it starts from the farthest one away, so like the bottom, like how it's going to start picking up this liquid. We might need a servo and some fluid ducts as well, because I'm not sure if it's the auto output to an adjacent tank kind of block. So why don't we get those going? I should have my fluid ducts here, and if I need to do something with that, I can. Okay, and then probably a servo as well. So that's going to need some of you and some of more of you. And the basic tier servo should be more than enough, I would think. I don't think we're going to be burning through oil that quickly. We don't need that high of a throughput. See, if you time your jumps right, you can take advantage of the slime boots momentum stuff that it does. And you can get a little bit of a speed boost. Pro Minecrafty tip right there. Alright. I think a Staff of Traveling should be in my nearby future. Ender.io, how far gated was that? I don't think it's too gated. There's not a lot of gating in this pack, remember, but there's a little bit. There's a little bit. Okay, so let's get the fluid pump online. Like so. Filter crude oil. Perfect. And then we're going to add the range upgrade to you. So that will get crude oil from anything like that. Maybe I want a bigger range upgrade. Maybe I'll be able to pull all the stuffs. What do we think about that? Can I slash home again? Not yet. Be right back. Alright, so I went with a quartz range add-on. It's +9. And I think that's radius, right? So it'll be a, like, 19 by 19 area is what we're going to get overall. Yeah, that should be cool. And remember, your filter is crude oil, which means he's only going to pick up crude oil. Okay, so hide working area. And it should go all the way down, but I guess we'll find out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the ender tank here. We will set up the fluid duct here. We will set up the wireless RF transmitter there. He should be creating crude oil now. And you're going to ignore. Sweet. We're getting crude oil, folks. How cool is that? Now, I don't know. I'm assuming it started from the bottom. So there's probably a giant crude oil well underneath all this, right? And you can see here, to pump this requires 40 RF a tick. This thing can, remember, transfer 80 RF a tick. So we're definitely, you know, more than enough power to maintain the crude oil. This thing has already filled up. This guy is filling up a buffer. I'm calling that a good old win. And I should be able to slash home again. So that is pumping crude oil. I think next episode we're going to come back and start processing crude oil. And we'll do it somewhere down here, right? Boom. So we'll set up an oil processing area. What I'm thinking, like I said, is we'll use the fractioning stills. We're going to need some nickel and some Constantin, but Constantin I can make an induction smelter. It's, what is it? Is it copper and nickel? Yeah, copper and nickel. So that's cool. Easy peasy. I'm going to trash this dude. There's no reason to keep him around. You know, whatevers. I've been trashing stuff lately. I just keep too much junk. I keep so much junk. That's the problem with me. There's just junk everywhere. So yeah, we'll come back next time. Actually, I'm curious also before we wrap up, how many rats do I got now? 5 rats. Cool. Okay. 6 total. Sweet. Hey everybody, could you do me a favor and follow me? Sweet. And then I need everybody to stay here. Good. All right, you guys all go back in your cage for now. So I think we had 4 rats before, and now we've got, you know, more. I'm just gonna keep them breeding because having more rats would be cool for future use. All right, Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Next episode, we'll come back and get oil power going. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done pumping oil out of the ground to produce power, so I'm excited for that. Hope you guys are too. And we'll get that going next episode with the fractioning still and all that good stuff. All right, guys, take it easy.